All right, so a little bit about the driver's compartment here. One of the new things we have in this truck is we actually have airbag system for the officer on the other side and the driver here. So we're looking for the safety of our staff members, which is pretty important. As well as you'll notice up there, there's a little TV screen. So similar to a lot of the vehicles nowadays, we have cameras and stuff on this truck to help us navigate through tight spaces or back up as well. And then you notice all the different switches and stuff. That all is indicating all the different things that might be on the outside of the truck, or how to get it into pump gear, and all the different things that a car might have just at a bigger capacity, like the regular light switches. You got your switches for all the windows are on here as well. So it's everything a normal car would have, just I'm going to say more robust, so to speak, to manage the use of this truck. And so when we go to the back here, our medical equipment's all in the back here. As I'm saying, that's what needs to be inspected by the state when they come in. They check all of our medical gear, anything with expiration dates. They make sure we have the right amount of equipment that we should be having. Medical gear predominantly stays inside the cab because it has to be protected from the elements outside. So when it's cold outside or warm outside, we have to make sure it's either air conditioning or heated. So people might ask, why is your fire truck running outside all the time? If you're at the store or if you're at the gym or wherever you might go, why can't you turn it off like a regular car? That's because we have equipment in there that can't be taken care of by the elements. So that's really that's the why behind why our truck's running all the time. It's because we got medical equipment that needs to be protected from the elements.
We do the same thing with our cars.
There you go, yeah.
We're on the scene, we never turn them off.
Yeah. Another thing that we did with this truck is we had low hose beds on the trucks to help with back problems. So as you'll see on some of our other trucks, they're a little bit higher, so you have to actually reach to grab the hoses off there. On this truck, they're a lot lower, so you can see they're about my shoulder length, or they're here so we can grab them and go as well. So that's a different thing on this truck that we have on others. And then this is different type of handle, so they're more of the pistol grip, so you just pull them down to actually utilize them. So you just, very simple, very easy, you lock them in place. And the coolest thing about this truck is that instead of all this being exposed to, again, the elements of the winter, we can simply close it, and then it's protected from a majority of the elements. You're still going to have some stuff coming up from the ground, but for the most part, it's protected from the elements of our harsh winters we have here in Michigan. Moving down here again, this is some of the stuff that we're doing in-house. We could spend upwards of $50,000 to $100,000 to have somebody else mount all of our equipment in this truck. We've taken on the mindset of, after a year, we're usually moving stuff around anyway, just given the different changes in equipment. So we're mounting our own stuff. We have a couple talented people in-house that are taking it upon themselves to work and mount the stuff, and it's cheaper to have them do it, and we're actually getting the stuff where they're actually going to like to have it anyway. So we're working on that. That's our current process, is getting our equipment in service on this truck. So get another open cabinet. One of the things we're doing here at Plainfield is we got two sets of turnout gear. We've got we call structured turnout gear, which is the thick stuff. And then we just got our regular rescue gear, which is just a thin layer. We're trying not to use our structural turnout gear as much as possible, given the combustion elements is cancerous. So we left open spaces for people's turnout gear to stay out of the cab and actually be outside of the truck, so they're not breathing all that stuff in after a fire. So we're intentionally leaving open spaces for a lot of that dirty turnout gear we might have. Again, we're in the process of mounting some of the tools and equipment on the truck here. Ergonomics, something new with this truck, is an actual ladder to get up top. So the equipment that we don't use as much, there's coffins and bins up top. So the team, when they went out there this time, said, hey, let's see if we can come up with some sort of an ergonomic ladder. So they came up with this ladder to climb up there. Again, it's going to help with our back. It's going to make it easier to get up there, and it's less opportunity for somebody to fall off the truck. And when it folds up, it stays up nice and close to the truck. One of the things we talk about with this truck is our ladders, and why do we still need a ladder truck? You only have so much space on a lot of our engines, and our engines are multi-purpose tools. They'll go to rescue calls, they'll go to medicals, they'll go to structure fires for sure, and hazardous materials calls. But there's only so much room on a truck that's used for multi-purpose like we do. So what that means is these ladders, we can only go so much length on ground ladders. So ground ladders is what we're going to put up to get you out of your windows. This engine can only hold up to a 24 or 26 foot ladder depending on the length of the truck, where our ladder truck is going to have 35 foot ladders on them. Some even have 45 foot ladders to get a little bit further on top of the ladder that's on top of the truck. So why do we need to continue keeping a ladder truck in service? It's because we do need some ground ladders as well, especially if you have a 3-story home. That back story of the home with the basement is actually 4 stories. So we need those ground ladders because I can't get a fire truck around the back of the home most of the time. So why do we need to make sure we keep trucks in service, and what's different? A lot of times this might be the ladders that are on it. It's the equipment that's on the truck. Up top we got hose. We got a nice big bumper here so we can stand on it. Everybody asks how much water's in the truck. This truck's going to carry about 500 gallons of water. What we're going to put up in here is long hoses that can connect to the hydrants. So that's going to be the process. I think later today the crew's putting hose on here. But you don't typically have a fire right next to a hydrant all the time. So the extra things that we add on top of the truck, which is why we need some of the other steps, is that long hose to connect to the hydrant. So that's what goes on the back here. Guess it doesn't want to turn off. As I mentioned, this truck is a multi-purpose tool. So a multi-purpose means it responds to car accidents. We don't have a heavy rescue like a lot of the bigger cities might have, which means we're going to have extrication equipment in here. We'll have a set of cutters and a set of extrication spreaders, we call them. That's what's going to go in this compartment. We got cones for being out on the highway or on the regular road to create a safe space for us. So this whole compartment is going to be extrication equipment. That's what will be in this compartment here. Again, more intentional space for turnout gear to keep it out of our cab when it's dirty. We'll have extra air packs to go into here as well. And then one of the things that we've done on our engines, because space is limited and we feel it's important to go with some of the newer technologies, is our engines have gone all electronic or all battery powered. So up to including our extrication equipment is all battery powered. We've got battery powered saws, battery powered lights, battery powered fans as well. So that kind of helps us keep this truck as a universal truck used for multi-purpose, let's say, operations, so to speak. So this cabinet has all of our battery operated equipment in it. And then when we open this up, it's just the opposite of the other side. We can access our hoses from both sides because the fire's never going to be on one side always. So we make sure that we can have access to our hoses here. And then we've got disconnects or intakes and discharges for different operations. So we can hook up to a hydrant on this side as well as hooking up on the other side. And we can actually fill another truck with this section or pull more hoses if we need to, if the fire's a lot bigger. And this well here will have a hose in it for our little small fires or car fires. So we're not pulling all the longer hose out. It'll just be about 100 feet that we can just go and run with. So, yeah. And then it's just the same thing on this side. So you've got another passenger compartment on this side where another firefighter can sit in there. Again, it's multi-purpose, so we can get in there, get our medical equipment on both sides if we need to. And then this is our, this will be where our officer sits. Everybody asks, how do we get to the calls and how do we get there faster? There'll be a computer that's in this truck. There's actually Wi-Fi that's in this truck, so the computers connect to Wi-Fi and then connect to dispatch. So it's a multi-purpose option to talk to dispatch. We can talk through the computer system, or we can talk through the actual radios as well. So the truck's very high-tech. It's got a lot of connectivity to it, including the Opticom system. It's all connected into this truck, so it can go up and down Plainfield Avenue as well.